Hello, mommies. During episodes of congestion, steaming is a very effective method to loosen up the clogged phlegm, which opens up the blocked passages to breathe better. There are few methods of very safe steaming for newborns and babies below 3 years. One is steam inhalation in the bathroom and the other is steam inhalation in the kitchen sink. Both these methods are explained very clearly in my blog post. I'll give the link to that post in the description box below. Today we are going to see the Indian steaming method, which is much more effective than bathroom steaming and sink steaming, as the steam room is much compact inside a blanket. But this method calls for a risk of scalding. This video gives you perfect tips to avoid this risk. Take a deep vessel but completely flat bottomed one. I prefer my idli steamer for this. Fill nearly 3/4 of the vessel with water, put on the lid and heat the water. Once the steam starts to escape out rapidly, then the water has come to a rolling boil. Open the lid, add half teaspoon of ajwain seeds and immediately close the lid and turn off the stove. With gripping gloves on, carefully take the pot from the stove. Make sure that the kids in the house are safely seated in the couch and no one else enters the path of the person who is bringing the hot water. Place the vessel safely on the ground. If it is a wooden floor, then place it on a carpet. Here comes the very important tip. Place a small table on top of the vessel so that the vessel is placed rightly under the center of the table. And this table gives the safety required for this method of steaming. The next step is about the direction and posture of sitting. Children below 10 years are always advised to sit with an adult's supervision. Better place the child in adult's lap and sit in the direction as shown in this video so that any accidental kicks can be avoided. Also keep a safe distance between the table and the person so that any accidental pushes of the table also can be avoided. You can also have a toy that emits light and sound to keep the child occupied in the dark. Now take a big blanket and slowly and steadily cover up the persons and the table without moving the table. Now turn off the TV and make sure every single person in the house knows what is happening here and they do not accidentally come near to this setup. If there are other kids in the house, they are strictly not allowed to run around and they have to be completely supervision for the whole time until the persons inside the setup comes out and the hot water is removed safely. Cover up all the gaps as shown to ensure the steam doesn't escape through those gaps. Now the adult can open the lid. Note that the lid should not be very tight. The lid should be very easy to open. If at all the lid is so tight and if you put force to open, it might cause accidental spills. In such cases, do not do it in the dark. Before putting on the blanket, use gripping gloves to open the lid safely and then put on the blanket and continue. It is completely okay if some steam escapes when the blanket is open because safety is paramount important. If the water is too hot, even the hot steam might burn the sensitive skin of babies and that's why this method is not recommended for babies below 3 years. For younger children, you shall open the lid and make the initial hotter steam escape out and then put on the blanket for much more safer steaming. Along with the play, encourage the child to breathe in and breathe out for better steam inhalation. Breathe in, breathe out. Have a soft cotton cloth inside and towards the end of the steaming, encourage the child to blow out so that the loosened phlegm comes out very easily. The time to be spent inside the blanket varies according to the child's age and also the comfort. Just go with the flow and do not force a child. Approximately 5 to 10 minutes will be sufficient. Once done, carefully remove the blanket and let the people come out first. The legs of the table draws a definite boundary for the blanket so that the blanket never touches the hot water. Blanket is the main culprit in causing hot water spills in blanket steaming method and this blanket over the table method avoids this threat. And finally, put on the lid and with the gripping gloves on, carefully take out the hot water pot and discard the water safely or put it in a safe place where children cannot reach it. Steaming would have made you wet, so take a soft cotton cloth and gently pat dry the baby, especially the face and the forehead, and also pat yourself dry. This steaming is effective both for children and adults. The steaming can be done for 3 to 4 days and the best time to steam is before bedtime to breathe easily and sleep peacefully. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.